Welcome to Darlington Raceway, the official throwback weekend of NASCAR for the Southern 500 at Darlington in the A&R NASCAR Cup Series Season 1.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. As of the time of this being uploaded, it was 2 days ago.
As we are ready to get racing here at Darlington, as the old cars are ready to sit here and watch the race, as here are your matchups. Obviously, these guys aren't real racers, but the pace car and Casey Kane will make the run together to open up Darlington. As the first real competitors are Clint Bowyer, Eric Almirola, Joey Logano, Matt Kenseth, and then you can see the rest of the drivers here making a quick overview. But with that in mind, let's get to our opening matchup with the 5 of Casey Kane and the pace car. Here's the track layout again. If you didn't watch the qualifying video, go ahead and do so. It's a downhill and then an overlapping upper lane, and then the lower lane goes under. So the top lane is the preferred lane here because you get more drive off the corner. Will give you an advantage here at Darlington. Let's open up with the pace car making its run along with Casey Kane. And the pace car on that top lane, it gets the victory. And our first real matchup is the 43 of Eric Almirola and the 14 of Clint Bowyer. Clint Bowyer destroys Eric Almirola in an absolutely dominating race. Clint Bowyer is headed to stage 2 for pretty much almost every race this year, if not every race. So Eric Almirola is eliminated early here at Darlington.
The stage flag has appeared. It wasn't there for Clint Bowyer, but he still won the stage. Next up is Joey Logano and Matt Kenseth. And you know what? Since the outside lane is dominant and Matt Kenseth has had a terrible season, I'm going to do this. There we go. So now Matt Kenseth has the dominant line. Let's see if he can finally win a stage. If you watch the qualifying, you would know that he didn't even make it to the finish line. So we're going to give him the advantage. Green flag waves. He gets the outside lane, and yet Joey Logano still was in front of him the entire race. Poor Matt Kenseth.
Now it's the 2 of Brad Keselowski and the 21 of Ryan Blaney. Both of these drivers are locked into the chase. Brad Keselowski wins, while Blaney doesn't even finish the track.
Once again, this happened at Martinsville and Charlotte. It's Hamlin versus Harvick. And all 3 times, there's Martinsville, Charlotte, and now Darlington. It has always been Hamlin in the FedEx and Kevin in the Jimmy Johns. Always has been.
Probably always will be.
Yep, I agree. Let's see who will win this ongoing battle here at Darlington. Kevin Harvick with a slingshot around, and he'll take the green and white checkered, where Denny Hamlin doesn't even finish the track. I'm sensing a pattern here with the inside lane.
Next is the 78 and the 88. Oh! Dale Jr. crashes into the wall in his throwback scheme, while Martin Truex Jr. runs into the back of him. Time for a backup car. What a help that was to Martin Truex Jr. because he now gets the outside lane, and that is the preferred lane, and he's on the chase bubble trying to get in. So let's see if he can do it here. He does. He beats Jr.
The most even race tonight.
Just by a half a car length there. Congratulations to Martin Truex Jr.
As Ryan said, Truex is on the playoff bubble, but Dale Earnhardt Jr. Won the Daytona 500, so he's already locked in. Let's see what happens here. Also, I'm not sure if you heard me, but that was the most even race that we've had tonight. Let's move on to Jimmie Johnson and Kyle Larson. 48 and 42, both Chevy SS's. And Johnson just barely beats him out, and Kyle Larson just barely got into the back of him. Big, very small gap right there. But Jimmie Johnson takes the victory.
And now another Chip Ganassi driver, Jamie McMurray, goes up against the Joe Gibbs racer, Kyle Busch. As McMurray just beats out Busch, who rubs the wall a little bit. Thankfully, we have these safer barriers, as McMurray takes the victory.
The next matchup is David Reagan and Kurt Busch. I don't think Kyle Busch was happy about losing. He went flying past the camera. But let's see how his brother can do against a very fast car. Green flag wave at Darlington. David Reagan has the advantage, and he slingshots to the finish. Kurt Busch, on the other hand, still has quite a bit of ways to go.
Next is Daniel Suarez and Austin Dillon. Oops. Suarez finishes. The finish line just bounced him back. That's weird. Dillon doesn't get going. He will win because he went farther. If you don't get a good start, you get to try, and if you make it past the first person, you will take the victory. So Austin Dillon is headed to stage 2, while Suarez, who's locked in and the points leader, has absolutely nothing to worry about.
This is theoretically the most even matchup for stage 1, but then again, there is the advantage lane. Let's see what Chase Elliott and Ricky Stenhouse can do. Green flag wave. Chase Elliott with a slingshot, and he wins it. Ricky Stenhouse does make it past the line, though. But you can't beat that outside lane. I think the most even race we had of stage 1 was Dale Earnhardt and Martin Truex.
Alright, next is Joey Logano and Clint Boyer. And as once again the outside lane prevails as Clint Boyer wins the race and beats out Joey Logano.
Next is Brad Keselowski and Kevin Harvick. Now, Kevin Harvick is Ryan's favorite driver, so let's hope Harvick has some luck, because Brad Keselowski, he has the advantage and he has a faster car. So he would have to spin out like at Charlotte, giving Hamlin the win in order for Harvick to be able to take the stage win. But I guess we won't know until we do it. He wrecks! Harvick wins it!
He did it again! Brad Keselowski spins out and Harvick wins!
He, just like at Charlotte, when he was battling Denny Hamlin, I'm speechless. Normally, Kevin Harvick's Jimmie John's car is kind of slow, especially compared to this Brad Keselowski Blue Deuce. But Brad Keselowski crashed it, and Harvick will take the stage win. What a crazy set of circumstances here at Darlington Motor Speedway.
Next is Jimmie Johnson and MTJ. Oh! Who won, Anthony?
I have no idea. Martin Truex Jr. got to the line first, but he stopped, and Jimmie Johnson got past the line.
I'm not sure. We're going to have to re-race, folks. That was too close of a race.
There's something with Martin Truex Jr. that has even races, especially with Team Hendrick, because in stage 1, the same thing happened with Dale Earnhardt Jr. It was such a close race compared to these other ones, considering the outside lane is dominant. And then the same thing happened with Jimmy Johnson.
Well, let's see if one of them can win this time. Oh! Truex wins as he squeezed Johnson into the wall to win it. Jimmy Johnson has no worries getting to the chase, but that was a much-needed stage win for Martin Truex Jr. as he is on that chase bubble, as we mentioned before. He's already locked in, though. Jimmy Johnson is.
This has been a crazy night, but we're still not done. There's still a stage left. Well, it's not the final stage yet, but we've got Jimmy McMurray and David Reagan. Let's see what happens. And Jimmy, what? Ryan, what do we call that?
Jamie McMurray will be awarded the victory because the finish line bounced him back. Sometimes it happens, but because he had enough momentum to make it past the finish line, if it wasn't for the bounce back, he will be awarded the victory.
So, David Reagan will be taken away from the green and white checkered, and Jimmy McMurray will take the green and white checkered.
Final race of stage number 2, it is Chase Elliott and Austin Dillon. Austin Dillon he puts himself in the wall, but still has enough momentum as Chase Elliott cannot take advantage of it. But we are going to move on to stage 3. Stage 3. Next is Clint Boyer and Jay McMurray.
This is the Clint Boyer is the last throwback to be surviving. There's Jimmy McMurray, which is normal, Clint Boyer, which is a throwback, and then these 3 cars here are not Darlington Throwbacks. It's only Clint Boyer. So, let's see if... I'm going to assume Clint Boyer is going to beat out McMurray because he's faster and he has the advantage. But anything can happen. Just as I suspected, he got slingshot around, and Jamie McMurray slowly comes across.
Next is Kevin Harvick and Martin Truex Jr. Oh, they both don't finish. Harvick into the wall, Truex, not enough gas in the car. We're going to switch lanes here. We've switched lanes. Now they're off again. Truex. Oh, Truex wins as Harvick gets eliminated. So that lane switch did affect Harvick, but Harvick pretty much is in the chase. He doesn't have much to worry about. He's good in points. Truex, on the other hand, is in almost a must-win situation to get into the chase, and he is absolutely doing a great job. When the pressure's on, Martin Truex Jr. will rise to the occasion, it seems.
This is the semi-finale race. Clint Boyer in the number 14 Carolina Ford dealers for Stuart Haas Racing versus Austin Dillon in the number 3 Dow Patriot car for Richard Childress. Let's see what happens here at Darlington Motor Speedway, the official throwback weekend of NASCAR. And the green flag waves. He wrecks. Let's see. Austin Dillon finished. Austin Dillon wins it.
Clint Boyer blows a tire. That was unbelievable.
He spins out. Austin Dillon wins. Austin Dillon wins. Well, he is now going to go up against Martin Truex Jr. If Austin Dillon wins this, he's going to be put automatically into the playoffs.
Clint Boyer, who was the favorite coming in, has been the favorite throughout the race. Absolutely dominant. No competition involved with every driver he's gone up against. Makes a huge mistake.
Spins out and goes head on. He comes off the track. He spins out and goes head on into the wall, letting Austin Dillon to stroll along and just barely take the victory.
Can you see that, people? That was a huge gamble by putting enough gas in the car. They gambled to stay out, I guess, and they just barely make it. Congrats to Austin Dillon.
But I don't think we should be celebrating too early because there's still the semi-finale.
With MTJ going up against him. The white flag is in the air. Truex versus Dillon. Truex has had an amazing run. He came into this race needing a lot of points to boost him into the chase. And he is doing exactly what he needs to do. Win. Only if he can beat Austin Dillon. Or will Austin Dillon bring that iconic number 3 back to victory lane? Austin Dillon will win at Darlington. Truex, with a great run, won't completely lock himself in, but still, great points for Truex. But that will probably put him in the chase. So, great job by Martin Truex Jr. as Austin Dillon brings back the iconic number 3 back to victory lane at Darlington. Congratulations to Austin Dillon. We can now celebrate with him. Congratulations to Austin Dillon on his first career A&R NASCAR Cup Series victory. We have had 9 races this year, and we have had 8 different winners. So only one driver has had more than one win, which is Eric Almirola. So it's been a great season 1 so far. We'll see you next week at Indianapolis for the regular season finale to see who will make the chase and who will be eliminated. In the A&R NASCAR Cup Series Season 1, we're parting from you at Darlington Raceway. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys later.